Hi there, everyone, and welcome back to what is the latest episode of What Makes This Plane Great. Today, we will be talking about a plane that, despite being overshadowed by the arguably better Lancaster and teething and performance problems early on, it went on to play a vital role in the war nonetheless. The plane I'm going to be talking about is the British four-engine heavy bomber, the Handley Halifax. So, what makes this plane great? Well, it was the first RAF heavy bomber to drop bombs on Germany, which was Hamburg in March 1941. And the plane was much loved by its crews, with a lot of the crew members saying it was better than the Lancaster. The main great thing about the Halifax is versatility. With the Lancaster being Britain's first choice heavy bomber, Halifax ended up successfully being used for a variety of other roles, some of which it was better at than what the Lancaster was. One role was as an electronic countermeasures platform, using equipment like window, chaff, mandrel, and the airborne cigar to jam the German radars, so it could interrupt communications between German ground control and the Luftwaffe. One role where the Halifax was widely used was in coastal command. The great thing about Halifaxes being used in this role was they could be adapted to carry a range of different equipment, such as air-to-surface vessel radar, depth charges, flares, and bomb bay fuel tanks that helped to extend range. In coastal command, Halifaxes were used in anti-submarine operations and shipping patrols. Another coastal command role for the Halifax was for meteorological work, or in other words, weather forecasting. These aircraft would be fitted with precision radio altimeters and a psychrometer to measure temperature and humidity. Some Halifaxes had a B3 drift meter, whilst others had ASV2 radar. A very important role the Halifax was used in was with the airborne forces, being used in both transport roles and as a glider tug. As a glider tug, it was the only aircraft that could tow the bigger Hamilcar glider. It was with the airborne forces that Halifaxes played an important role both the night before and on D-Day itself, as well as an important role in Operation Market Garden. Halifaxes were even very successful with the Far East airborne forces, even being preferred over the Lancaster, and towed gliders all over India. With special duty squadrons, Halifaxes were used to drop agents and supplies to resisting groups that were well into German territory, and of course another role the Halifax was used for was in transport command, ferrying casualties, personnel and freight. One Halifax model was built as a dedicated cargo and passenger aircraft. The bomb bay was replaced by a cargo pannier and had room for over 10 passengers. It was for transporting reasons that the Halifax was still used after the war, both with the RAF and civilian use, including being used in the Berlin airlift. So the last great thing I want to say about the Halifax is that despite it not being the best bomber of World War II, it still played a major role in the Allied war effort. So that's it for this episode of What Makes This Plane Great. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and leave a nice little comment below. And I also do CD reviews on this channel too, so please check them out. Cheers.